I see you're awake already, 17. Well, congratulations on your 3-month anniversary of life. I am truly impressed, as no other experiment before you has come close to 3 months. I believe this calls for a celebration of sorts. As such, I have already prepared a few presents for you. Since your body is developing well and rapidly without any signs of major problems, I got you an accessory. It is a black choker. I know it isn't much of a stylish piece, but black does go with everything as it is a neutral color. Here, let me help you put it on, 17. Turn around, please. There. Turn back around. I would like to see it. It suits you, though it is simplistic in its design. Do you like it? Good. Your other present? Well, we have to go a bit more in depth with that one. To celebrate your 3-month anniversary, 17, I would like to give you a proper name. I would also like your opinion on this matter, since it is your name. You should have some say over it. Of course, I won't let you name yourself something utterly ridiculous. Well, I haven't exactly thought up of a proper name yet, and I haven't allowed many questions before during our previous experiments and physical checkups and training. So, I guess this is another gift to you. You can ask me anything you wish, and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. And maybe that will help me come up with a name for you. Well, you asked me about what you were before, and the simple answer is a non-human. The more specific answer would be a homunculus, a being brought to life with a mixture of science and from the world of magic. Though, in our modern day and age, magic is a fantasy term, but there is no other way to describe it. You see, I've studied mechanics for a while now. It is how I was able to make your heart. But as to how it keeps a constant stream of power to continue circulation, to get nutrients to the rest of your body, well, I just had to replace your blood with something that was already saturated in nutrients and could be used as a power source. That is when I found out about liquidized mana. It is running through your entire body, being pumped by your heart and then distributed. Your blood vessels were also modified. Well, your major ones anyway, to be able to filter just how much nutrients is released from the mana to the rest of your body, giving your body just enough for it to function. And it continues to circulate, though that mana will run out of power eventually. So, about every 4 to 5 months, I will have to manually change out the mana circulating inside of your body. In about a month's time, I will have to change it out. Don't worry, you are in good hands. I wouldn't go through so much trouble of reviving you and naming you if I were just going to put you down a month later. Well, to get liquidized mana is a bit of a pain. You see, mana is as natural as the air. It is within every single living thing and can be found within the earth itself. So, you could say that the earth is also a living being in its own right. What I found out is that usually living things have something called a mana core, though it won't be showing up on any normal machines we have today. Due to mana's unique properties, you have to have a device that is specially made at finding such cores. Lucky for me, my brother had one of these devices. A pair of glasses. Anyways, this is just a long-winded way for me to say that mana, more often than not, materializes in a crystallized form. So, the question is, or was, How do we get a solid into a liquid state? Well, if we were to follow basic knowledge, you heat up the solid until it turns into a liquid. But the problem with that is keeping that temperature to use it as a liquid. Not to mention the human body would start burning at 110 degrees and up. I also found out that crystallized manna doesn't like being burned. Anyways, I started looking back into religions and cultures that have dealt with magic to find a clue. And I found out that witches used to put out canisters of water on a full moon to get something called moon water to cast spells with. That led me down a rabbit hole of figuring out what moon water was and how it was used. I created some moon water myself to see if it was of any importance, and I found out that it was indeed embedded with mana, which shouldn't be possible until I remembered water, as well that water that you were supposed to drink, is filled to the brim with minerals. So, I got pure water with no minerals on it, and cut mana crystals into a very fine powder before putting it within the water, letting it get charged by a full moon. Of course, that is the more simplified version, since I had to cut the crystals down to a molecule level size for it to even dissolve in the water. But that is a lesson for a different time. Just thinking about all this makes my head spin again. So, let's move on to something else, shall we? About my earring? Well, it is a small magic device that extracts mana from my body and condenses it. Though I have very little mana of my own, with how much is in it right now, it's like a bomb. Only if it breaks, though. I will take it off before that happens. But it does come in handy if I need to run away, since other people don't like the idea of reviving a body. About my gloves. Well, as I'm sure you've seen, but I don't take them off very often. They are more than just gloves at this point. They are prosthetics. As much as it pains me to say, but the nerves in my hands are damaged, and the gloves help with my grip strength and with keeping my hands steady. Fine. But I'm only taking one glove off. It should be a problem since we aren't doing an experiment right now. But if you try anything funny, do know that I have ways to restrain you even if I don't have my hands. There. What did you expect? If I have nerve damage, of course there will be some cosmetic damage as well. Not that I care much. Just a bother when I can't grip things properly anymore. Well, I am heavily ashamed to say that during my 5th or 6th failure at reviving a body, I resorted to violence and completely destroyed my lab with my hands. And, of course, half of the equipment was made of glass. And in a state of irrationality, I even broke some of that glass equipment in my hands. Hence the extensive damage to them. You don't have to worry about me going manic again. It was stupid and irrational. And now, the me of the present is paying a heavy price for that stupidity. If you wanted to take my hand, all you had to do was ask. You didn't have to... What are you doing? Don't take pity on me. But don't kiss my palm like that. Really. I should get going. Give me my hand back. Thank you. I will go prepare the lab for more experiments and get you a place beside this room to reside in. It Studies show that having a place outside of work and home is good for one's mental health. So, I also came up with a name for you while I rambled. It's Eos. It means new beginning. You were a corpse and you have none of your memories. So, you are starting over again. It is your new beginning. I I will see you later, Eos. Make sure to report any and all abnormalities. Well then,